Mic, check. Like what ugly is to get. Alright, let's look. I have some cells here, man. If we don't get sold off of this level, gonna try to get them up here. Let's look at EU. Daily overall bullish. In between this high, this low. Looking on the 4-hour time frame. 4 hours bullish as well. We had a breakout of this high over here. Price did close below it though, so we closed back inside this 4-hour range, but it's still overall bullish. Look at the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour is indeed bearish though. As you can see, price took out this higher low and took out this higher low as well, going bearish. Now we're in the correction phase of a 1 hour time frame being bearish. So let's just look at this fib. Boom. Let's look at this support level down here, and we're gonna look at this resistance level right here that lines up within the fib level. So we can either have sells here or even sells here. And the scaler down here. What's good, Chris? But all of this is counter trend to the 4 hour and the daily both being already bullish. But because I'm up nice and I haven't took a loss this week, I'm open to taking this counter trend trade. I think I'm 4-0 to start the week. According to EU buy on Monday, Tuesday, I got a GBP CHF sell, GBP AUD sell, and another GBP CHF sell. So it's 1, 2, yeah, I'm 4-0 to start the week. So I will be open to taking counter trend trades, being a little bit more aggressive. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Yeah, so let's talk about EU. Let's look at gold. Gold's still in the same range that was in yesterday. If anybody traded gold yesterday, bro, y'all got some big balls on y'all, boy. I ain't gonna lie. This was since Monday to Wednesday, which is now. It's just straight consolidation. And I'm sticking to my bias with gold, buys above this area. Other than that, I'm not interested in trading gold. Look at the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, I'm uninterested in gold all within this area. Like, I wouldn't trade until we could break it back above here. 4 hours still bullish as well. I wouldn't even sell gold until we break down here. Or even breaking out right here would be risky sells. Let's just adjust the zone though, because I want to capture these wicks. So these wicks to get cleared as well. So GBP CHF, we got a potential sell here. This is the 2 trades from yesterday. This is my first position. This is my scaling. EU potential sells here. That is risky. Gold buys above here, buys above the resistance. GBP AUD, this is the trade from yesterday as well. I'm not really interested in getting in this again. Anything would be, if anything, it'll be below here. But I'm low-key not interested in getting in this again. look at GU. Let's redo the GU breakdown. GU looks very similar to EU, so let's see what GU got for us. We 8 subscribers off 800, bro. Let's go. Let's go. 8 off 800. All right, looking at GU daily time frame. Daily time frame now bearish, right? So we just had a shift in structure on the daily going bearish below this level, this higher low. So we're bearish below this high up here. Go to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hours bearish as well. As you can see, we went bearish as we took out this higher low here. Boom. So bearish on the daily and the 4 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, obviously we're bearish as well. So we closed below this strong level of support here. Price gave us a nice strong breakout, aggressive, no real retest. So this could be the potential retest, right? So that's one potential entry. Or we can use our fib tool and draw it from the start of the push to the bottom of the push. So this level lines up with the fib as well. I like that. Other than that, that's really it. We have a level of support here as well, where price is currently reacting off of. Let's extend this left to see how it looks. Yeah, but I wouldn't sell here. I would just wait for a deeper pullback. So we're just gonna keep this ID up here. Let's redo my UJ chart. Daily time frame. Overall bullish still above this higher low. Didn't get a closure below this candle. This is my most higher high. This is the bullish retracement, bearish retracement in between this range. Go on the 4 hour time frame. Go on the 4 hour time frame. We are going bullish above this higher low here. Yeah. Lower high here, going bullish. So I want to say we're bullish in between this high, this low. Down to 1 hour time frame. This is the 1 hour range. So here will be potential sells as the 1 hour and the 4 hour both shift bearish below this higher low. Other than that, the start of this push to the top of this push, we have a fib level rejection here. That's also this minor level. We could take some buys here or sells here. If not, buys here. So this level already got faked out. This is this lower low, lower high, lower low, a shifting structure here, right? This is where we went bullish. So this level already got faked out. Now we went back bearish. So if we do end up breaking above this area, the buys will happen to above this area here. Let's redo Euro JPY. Looking at Euro JPY on a daily time frame, overall aggressively bullish. We had a big impulse up and no real retracement, so we could see some lower time frame counter trend retracements here. Looking on the 4 hour time frame, we are still bullish as well. We have a higher high over here. This is my most higher low. So price is in a pullback phase in between this previous higher high and this previous higher low. All right, looking on the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame just went bearish. Let me know that the 4 hour retracement is now starting. So this is the start of the 4 hour retracement. I know that because the 1 hour just shift bearish here. Inside this 1 hour shift bearish, we have a lower low, a lower high, an equal low. So right, if price re-breaks this previous higher low, lower high in this case, it starts to go back bullish. This will be letting me know that this 1 hour retracement is over. We may have 1 hour shifting back bullish structure above this area. We could take pro trend buys here. If not, we could take counter trend sells below these equal lows. Yeah, I like this. And counter trend sells below this lows will be selling. And this daily 4 hour retracement of this 4 hour bullish push here. And then we could potentially sell into this level of support down here. That is the top of the fib level. Did I do gold already? Yeah, I did gold already. Let's put this at the bottom. I'm really not interested in trading this. Let's look at AU. Did AU do anything? 4 hour daily. Yeah, so AU still looks trash. I'm interested in trading this out there. Okay, let's redo GBP, GPY. Wait, let's look at. Did we miss our entry, bro? Okay, no miss entry. Getting a deeper pullback, so we avoided a loss selling here too early, being too aggressive. The reason why we didn't sell here at this moment, because as you can see, price made a higher high, a higher low, a new higher high. Price never rebroke its low, so it gave you no entry. Now making a new high. Price never rebroke its low, no new entry. So as price continue higher, we just get a better potential entry. So we could just delete this level here, delete this idea, delete this potential sell entry, delete this as well. And then we just wait for this level up here to get rejected. Let's look at Euro USD. So we tapped into the level now, starting to the 5 minute time frame and look for potential entries. So our potential entry for EU sales will be below this low. As you can see, higher high, higher low, new higher high. So sell below this low. This should be the 1 hour bottom wick as well. Okay, so it's pretty close. So this 1 hour flip bearish, and then come down to break these previous bodies here, and then this will be my sell entry. But let's see. Probably won't get that either. I think we're gonna have a deeper retracement on 1 hour time frame. Looking at GU, I don't want to sell here really, so let's just get it off the screen. Buys here on UJ, tap to the level, 5 minute shut the structure, it doesn't have much ups here. EJ buys above this area. Let's do NZD-USD. Here we go. Looking at NZD-USD on a daily time frame, overall consolidating in the bullish market. We were bearish here with lower lows and lower highs. We had a structure shift here to go bullish, making a new high. But this is overall a range, a daily range. So it's bullish in the daily range. 4 hour time frame. This is a 4 hour range as well. I'm not trading this at all. I don't even have to do the rest of the breakdown to know I don't want to trade inside this range. Look how choppy this is, bro. Definitely don't want to trade in here. So let's put this at the bottom as well. And lastly, we have GBP JPY. GBP JPY, overall bullish, have a higher high right over here, higher low and higher high. Overall bullish, this is the start of the push that created the higher high. So we're bullish above this high and this higher low. But on the 4 hour time frame, we are bullish as well. We have lower lows and lower highs here. We have a shifted structure here to go bullish on a 4 hour time frame. As you see, we have a new high, and we are in this deep 4 hour fib retracement inside this fib level, right? Inside this fib level, we also have a level of support sitting right here. Below this level of support, we have our next level of support sitting here, all off the 4 hour time frame. So 4 hours bullish, daily is bullish as well. Starting to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame is indeed bearish. As you can see, we have higher highs and higher lows here. This is our shifting structure here, where the 1 hour went bearish, and we have lower lows and lower highs forming. Lower low, lower high, equal low, or you can say lower low. This is our most recent lower high on the 1 hour time frame. If price breaks above this area, we can look to take some buys here to trade approach into the 4 hour and a daily being already bullish. I really like the trade idea. We're going to put this in our top 3. And this will be buying as this 1 hour shift bullish as it's projected off of this 4 hour fib level. So if this 4 hour fib level can hold with the 1 hour shift and bullish here, we can actually target these 4 hour highs. So we're going to favorite this and bring this up. So GJ, I like this better than gold. So we're going to take the gold out the top and just look at GJ instead. I like gold better than GU though. So we're going to re-add gold and take out GU. Actually, that's what we're going to do. Okay, boom. So these are the 4 pairs I'm focusing on today. GBP CHF sells as price pull back into this area. GBP JPY buys as we get a 1 hour closure above this level of resistance. Euro USD sells if we could reject here or here, but it's a counter trend. That's why it's lower on our list. And then any gold buys as we break above here. I like gold more than EU though, just because EU is counter trend and gold is pro trend, right? So that's what I think about the markets today. So now we just gotta wait for price to get to these areas. That's really it. She's showing up here could be good for GBP CHF as well, because this 1 hour is aggressively pushing bullish with no bottom wick really. So we can get a sell up here and anticipate that this 1 hour bottom wick, this 1 hour candle could flip and make a bearish bottom wick. Then and close bearish, this would put us in deep profit, getting an entry all the way up here. If this candlestick closes bullish but still taps to this level, we can anticipate that the next 1 hour candle is what makes us previous 1 hour candle bottom wick. You have the 4 hour time frame as well. Have a 4 hour candlestick open for the next hour and a half. So Yo, what's good, Beast? Welcome to the stream, gang. What you looking at today? What's your input on the markets, bro? On the forex markets. Matter of fact, what's your trade? Do you trade forex markets or do you trade in the futures markets? Let me know. The phone calls. There's a bear. Mama, it's Jeremy. Thinking about the possibilities I found. Don't let me drown. So what I need price to do now is come down, create a higher low, make a new high, and then I control my sell entry from here to here. Same thing with EU. I need price to come down, make a higher low, a higher high. I control my entry from here to here. Let's bring a nigga down. Thinking about the possibilities I found. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. She a savage. She only 21. She niggas in Paris. Embarrassed. I bought her one. This a Glock 7. This ain't a water gun. Cold is over. Sober. Like Sammy Sosa. Want over. Why you don't show up? I want you so. Why you don't show? That's hard for me, cause I want you so. I tell her, hell yeah. I tell her, hell yeah. I tell her, hell yeah. I'm talking hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Fucking game. That shit is fucking. Why you don't show love? Cause I want you so much. Why you don't show? Cause I want you so. She on 21. She niggas in Paris. Embarrassed. I bought her one. This a Glock 17. It's in a water gun. Colder. She say it's over. How when you sober. I'm just trying to kick his shit like Sammy Sosa. She say, why you don't show love? It's hard for me cause I want you so much. Why you don't show? Cause I want you so. Let's play some chess, bro. Let's play some chess, man. Hi, sir. What's your weekly true open? My mean like my weekly bias, bro? That what you mean? Swear, bro. Swear, bro. It's 6 p.m. Sunday. What time is it right now? 6 p.m. Sunday, New York time. I don't understand that question. Right now, no, it's not. It's 3:45 a.m. New York time. I don't understand, bro. You asked me how do I think weekly open the weekly candle go open next week? Is that your question? New York time thinks about this week. Okay, dude, this weekly candle is already open. Are you asking me how? Are you asking me how do I think it's gonna close? Your initial question was, "Hi, sir. What are you weekly true open?" So I'm confused. This weekly candle is already open. Are you using ICT? No, I trade my own strategy. I trade break and retest off of support and resistance levels. What you trade, bro? You trade ICT? How long you been trading? I'm just starting. Oh, so you new? Like a month in, or like less than that? What is the point of putting your fucking rook here? I don't understand that. If he drop his queen, oh, for my rook here. I'll take that trade. Just a month? Oh damn. In a forex or futures? I think ICT is too complicated. That's my opinion on ICT. I'm gonna take that bishop next. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get to that bishop though. Okay, he's trying to get my queen with his bishop, and I'm not taking that. It's definitely not happening. Oh, you trade crypto? Oh, so that's a lot different than the futures and forex market. Okay, now that's my question. Is he gonna drop that rook to D1? Then we're gonna go rook for rook, and then he gonna take my rook with his queen. How I wanna attack this space as well. So I bring my queen here and try to trade queen for queen, but he don't take the bait, and he still drops the rook. I'll do that. If he still drop the rook, I'm just gonna take the queen, and I'm gonna keep my queen. If he don't drop the rook, and we take queen for queen, I'm comfortable with that, but I'm gonna work about this queen being in my territory no more. Okay, yeah, so he took the queen for queen. He's not gonna drop the rook now because it's gonna be a free rook. I can work my pawn up this left side. What is he attacking now? I want to get my rook involved. So you're gonna get my rook over here. I'm gonna start walking this pawn up the left side. Oh, he actually went for that? I'll take it. Actually, that was a bad idea. I just gave him a free knight. I actually just sold. I'm not gonna be able to catch that. I just sold, bro. Fuck. Yeah, I do. You're correct, but I like the narrative because I have a lot of questions, and the narrative helps me understand the how and why. But I'm just applying the ICT. Nah, see, that's why I think ICT is flawed. Um, that's that I don't. That's the ICT concepts with be, liquidity and all that other stuff. That doesn't really apply to the why and how. I'm gonna resign this. I just got cooked. So if you mean like liquidity, then liquidity guys and stuff like that, then that doesn't really. I don't believe that narrative with liquidity grabs is what is the why and how, right? So hypothetically speaking, you have a market structure like this where you have a bullish movement. Inside that bullish movement, it leads back a fair value gap or supply and demand, whatever you want to fucking call it. And then, oh, I need more detail than this actually. So let's say with ICT, hypothetically speaking, you have higher highs and higher lows. Then you have something like this. All right. So hypothetically speaking, you have something like this, right? And then in each one of these higher highs and higher lows, there is stop losses. People that's buyers here, they got stop losses below this low. People that bought here, stop losses below this low. People that bought here, stop losses below this low, right? So the people that bought here, all of them got quote unquote stopped out in price grabbed liquidity, as price pulled down and tapped into some level of supplier demand or a fair value gap somewhere right here, right? Then it gave you the reaction, and then it gave you some form of an entry at this level for price to continue up and take out this high, right? That's one of the forms of ICT, I guess, right? I guess this is what I would say is the basic example of it, right? You have higher highs and higher lows. Price leaves back a fair value gap. Price comes down, grabs liquidity below that low, takes liquidity below that low, respects a gap. Well, it's not necessarily this low. The gap will be this low, right? Because this is the rest of liquidity. Price sweeps liquidity, taps into a fair value gap or supply and demand area. Look for a reaction after this area. Take buys at this low. Stop loss at the bottom of the gap, and then you look to target the previous high because prices people that sold here has resting liquidity above for price to come target this liquidity. The reason why I don't agree that this is the how or why, for the simple fact that what about the people that bought here and the people that have stop losses below this low? Why is this liquidity not getting tapped into, and why is it only this liquidity? Or what about the people that bought here? Why is this liquidity the one getting tapped to, and why is price still not falling to take out this money? Because there's more money down here, because this was the start of the push. You would think there's more buyers at the start of a push rather than everybody buying here that's getting in late when the move started down here. So you would think that there's more money sitting down here. Not only that, that's why I think that's flawed. But not only that, when you first learn about trading, you learn price action consists of higher highs and higher lows in a bullish market. So you see price like this in a bullish market, then you see price like this in a bearish market. It's a minor pullback, exactly. But listen, all of these is minor pullbacks on a overall strength, overall bullish structure. So if all these are minor pullbacks in this quote unquote resting liquidity sitting below this low, this low, this low, this low, so on and so forth, why are the minor pullbacks to the liquidities that's only being targeted for a grab or a liquidity sweep instead of the other liquidity levels? You would think it would be more money sitting at, because those are cheaper prices, buying lower. But when you first start learning trading, you understand that there's price moves in price action, which we call higher highs and higher lows for a bullish market, and lower lows and lower highs inside a bearish market. And when they tell you when you first learn trading that in any instance where price decides to break a previous higher low, this goes from a bullish market to a bearish market. In any chance price decides to break a lower high, the market transitions from a bearish market to a bullish market. So where in this case sellers are in control, price took out a higher low. Buyers are in control, price took out a higher low. Now sellers are in control. In this case, we have sellers in control. Price took out a lower high. Now buyers are in control. If this is what you learn from the beginning, as higher lows getting taken out is a shift in direction, shift in structure, or what they call it in ICT, change of character, right? This is the change of character and this is change of character. Why do they call these liquidity grabs instead of just change of characters? That doesn't make any sense, right? And if price is changing character as it's taking out a higher low, and meaning sellers are now in control, why do you want to buy in a bearish market? Meaning this is where sellers got in control. Why do you want to buy where sellers got in control? That doesn't make sense to me. And inside ICT, you learn change of characters and break of structure. A break of structure is if price breaks a previous high and makes a new high. They call this a break of structure. If price breaks a low that previously took out a high, this is what they call a change of character. So if this is the change of character, why would you wait for price to shift from bullish to bearish to take a buy at a fair value gap or supply and demand? I think if we target the next lower low, this means it's a change of trend because it's a market structure shift. So the trend doesn't care about what you targeted, right? The market doesn't care about what you're targeting. The price action doesn't care about what you're targeting. The target has nothing to do with it. The price, before you even decide a target, you have to have a direction first. So before you can even decide to figure out what do you want to target, you have to have an overall direction. So if price is changing character, meaning changing direction, why are you targeting something opposite of the direction that the market is going? That doesn't make any sense. Also, but I'm combining it with supply and demand. Also, if money moves money moves the market, right? So in theory, when a large lump sum of money get puts in one asset at the same time as a buy, whatever it can be, a buy order, that's what's causing price action to shoot up aggressively, whatever the case may be. When there's more buyers than sellers, more money to the buy side versus to the sell side, right? That will cause price to go up. So if price is going down, meaning that the sellers are in control, meaning there's more sellers in the market than there are buyers, why would you want to buy? That, like, the whole theory itself is just super flawed to me. Supply and demand, which is not ICC. So supply and demand is cool. I supply and demand, support and resistance. I think those are the same thing. But the difference is, to me, I see with people that trade, most people that trade supply and demand is um supply and demand. It's hard to. I think it's hard to trade supply and demand. The reason why I think it's hard to trade supply and demand because there's too many different supply and demand levels all at the same spot. So just looking at this price action here on a 1 hour time frame, right? A supply demand area will be the first bearish candle before a bullish push, or the first bullish candle before a bearish push, right? So in this case, right, you have an aggressive bearish push. It left back this level of supply, right? We had another bearish push. We left this level of supply, right? We had another nice bearish push in 1 hour time frame. We had this level of supply. Like, it's too many. It's too much. It's too many. How do you know which one is going to get reacted off of? And which one do you wait for the pullback to come into? Right? So people that's looking to sell in this supply area, right? Price came back up to tap into this supply. It eventually hit. People that sold here was made some money, I guess, right? Took out this liquidity, whatever you want to call it, right? But what about the people that's waiting for price to pull back into this supply that never got pulled back into, or people that's waiting for price to pull back into this supply that never got pulled back to, right? That's or but maybe I don't maybe I don't know because I don't trade it, but again, this makes no. It's too because it's too many. It's too many different supply levels all on one chart. I wouldn't trade it. I don't trade it. So I had a big bearish drop. This is the first bullish candle before a bearish drop. This is the level of supply. Drag it right. Prices look like it's coming up to that supply now. But what if, say hypothetically speaking, what if price doesn't come up to the supply? It rejects off of this area, makes a new lower low, breaks this low over here, had another big bearish drop, and creates another supply level right here. Right? Now what do you wait for? Price to pull back into this area for supply, or price to pull back into this area of supply? Which one do you wait for? It's too much. It's too much guessing about which one is going to hold versus which one doesn't hold, and which one is going to price is going to actually pull back into versus which one it doesn't. Again, you have a supply level down right here that never got tapped into, and you also have a supply level here that this one got tapped into here. And as far as demand levels, you have a demand level here, right? That hasn't got tapped into yet. You also have a demand level, I want to say here, that failed. People that bought off of this demand got stopped out here. You have a demand level down here that got tapped into right here. So people that bought here, they're in profit, right? But because it's too many different levels all within the same price action, it's confusing to me. Like, which one do I trade off of? And how do I know that one is going to be the one that hold? Too much, too complex, too confusing. And I don't want my trading to be a guessing game, even though it's going to be a guessing game either way, because at the end of the day I don't know for sure if the market is going to go up or down, whatever the case may be. So it's going to be a guessing game either way. But I don't want to make it even harder of a guessing game by not only guessing the direction, but guessing out of 50, not 50, I'm just exaggerating, but out of 10 supply and demand levels all within the same price action, which one is going to get held and which one to trade off of. Too much. That's why I say ICT and supply and demand is too confusing. I think I have the most, this might be a little biased, but I think I have the simplest strategy it could possibly get. I think I think we can use 50% of the fib in which level we trade. Okay, I like that. I use 50% fib too, but um, not every pullback is 50%. So like, let me give you an example here. This this big ass drop here, from the start of this push to the low of this push, right? Price pull back 50% here over this big bearish push, right? Inside this 50%, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the 50% marker here. Right, this blue line right here, this is the 50%. Right? So inside this 50%, you have a big bearish push and you have a level of supply. People that sell it in this supply, as prices come back into it to reject, getting stopped out. Right, stopped out here, and if you even waited for this rejection to come and then waited for a bearish engulfing or something like that, then sold here, you still got stopped out. And then you didn't have another level of supply here that this trade would have worked, but it's a little bit deeper than the 50%. But that's I guess that example applies to every trading strategy, right? Everyone is not going to respect it to its T, like to the pip, right? But it's too much element of guessing for me. Thanks man for the effort explaining. Yeah, no problem, bro. No problem. But if that's something that you interested in, you like to trade supply and demand, and it works for you, whatever the case may be, and you sample sizing it and you back testing it and everything like that, and you cool with the results that you've seen, then by all means trade it, because technically every strategy works. It just depends on the person that's trading that strategy and how they view the market, right? Because it's a 100 different ways to trade and 100 different ways to make money, but it just depends on the person themselves that's actually trading and putting that strategy into use. So if that's how you view the market and you cool with it, you like the results, then keep trading it. Like, don't try to trade something else if that's what you're good with. I use trendline and walk for the break, and I got it one time. So the reason why I say my strategy, the way I trade, is the easiest way to trade, is because I water everything down to the very, very, very basics and just combine that within time frames. So again, one of the first things you learn about trading is you learn price action, and you learn higher highs and higher lows. You learn that if price breaks a higher low, you have a change of character where you shift from a bullish market to a bearish market. And then you learn vice versa for a bearish market going into a bullish market, right? These change of characters. I combine this concept, this very, very, very simple concept, on time frame after time frame after time frame. So let me give you an example. Say the daily time frame looks like this, right? You have a clearly bullish market. The daily time frame has a new higher high, a higher low, a new higher high. Inside the daily time frame, you see the 4-hour time frame look like this, right? Where we have a daily retracement, but inside that daily retracement, it shows 4-hour bearish structure. Then you have a 4-hour change of character to go back bullish alongside the daily structure already being bullish. Right? So you have, this is the daily time frame. Inside the daily time frame, inside of that daily retracement, you have a 4-hour bear structure that eventually shifts back bullish, going alongside the overall daily being already bullish. This is the 4-hour time frame. Then you zoom into the 4-hour time frame, drop down to the 1-hour time frame, and you just see the same exact thing. On the 1-hour time frame, you just see bearish structure on a 4-hour retracement with a change of character that eventually goes bullish. This is my trade here. So this is how I trade. I use the daily, the 4-hour time frame for a directional bias. Once I have that clear direction, whether it's bullish or bearish, where I want to be looking for sells or buys on a day, I go to the 1-hour time frame and wait for the 1-hour time frame to be going, having that same directional bias that I have overall. So the 4-hour, if I'm looking for buys overall, and the 1-hour is bearish, I simply wait for the 1-hour time frame to show me bullish buyers are in control. Once the buyers gain control or we have that change of character, I wait for a break and retest of that previous higher low or lower high in this case to take a buy, stop loss below the low, and I look to target the previous high. This is what I mean by it's simple. I literally take the most simple context of trading, which is price action and change of characters, and I apply that to all the different time frames and scale them down until they all line up with each other. Then I take a trade going pro trend to my overall directional bias. Thanks, I got it. Yeah, but easy to understand. Yeah, that's why I like to, that's why I think anybody could trade the way I trade, because I keep it so simple. Like, you don't gotta wait for a certain sweep of liquidity. You don't gotta wait for a certain chart pattern or a certain bearish engulfing. You don't gotta wait for head and shoulders. You don't gotta wait for equal. You don't gotta wait for double tops. Like, those stuff are added confluences, but it's not something that you have to wait for, right? And that's how I catch these trades. It's very, very, very simple. I could do a trade breakdown for this trade I caught yesterday. This is a trade I took yesterday on the live. And I could break this trade down. So remember I said I do directional bias at first. So as you can see on a daily time frame, we overall clearly bearish. We have a big aggressive drop with a daily retracement. Right? Other people might say that this is a bullish market because you see higher highs and higher lows here. Reason why I would teach people that this is not a bullish market, but it's a bearish market on the daily time frame, because price made a low from this push here. Price will remain bearish until the lower high gets taken out. So if this was the start of a bearish push and this is my most recent lower high, price will always be bearish until price eventually comes back above this area. This is just a retracement of an overall bearish directional market, right? So this is the overall bearish direction. This is just a higher time frame retracement. Other people might say this is bullish, but no, this is definitely not bullish. This is bearish. This is just a bullish retracement or a bullish internal structure of overall bearish move, right? So daily time frames overall bearish. So I have my daily directional bias will be I'm looking for selling opportunities. Go to the 4-hour time frame. But on the 4-hour time frame, you see we have clear higher highs and higher lows here. We have equal highs. Price made equal highs, took out a low, where we have 4-hour now going bearish. So inside that overall bearish structure, inside the overall bearish push on the daily time frame, we had a bullish retracement of internal structure. And on that 4-hour time frame, this is what the bullish retracement looks like somewhat. Then you see we have 4-hour structure. Now the 4 hour is going bearish alongside the daily already being bearish, right? Price made a new low with this low here. Again, 4 hour will remain bearish until we take out the previous lower high that creates that new low. So this is the push that created this new low. It's my most recent lower high. So this is just a 4-hour retracement now. So at first we was in a daily retracement. Now this is the 4-hour retracement, right? So my 4-hour is bearish as well. So my daily my 4-hour and 1 hour, my 4-hour and daily directional bias are both bearish. Get into the 1-hour time frame. Looking on the 1-hour time frame, we were bullish here. We have a change of character here, where price decided to go bearish. Then we have a lower low, lower high. Right now, again, this is what differs me from other traders. Other people may look at this like a lower high. Price tried to make a new low, failed, and then we have a change of character, right? The reason why this will cause a lot of losses is because this is not really a lower high. In order for a lower high to be a confirmed lower high, the reaction off of that lower high must take out the previous low. So if this is the previous low that price is having a retracement from, in order for this to be a confirmed lower high, this push has to break this low. If not, it is not a confirmed lower high yet, and this is still a part of the retracement. So this is just higher high, higher low, higher high, which is internal structure of a bullish internal structure of overall bearish move. So people may look at this like, okay, buy, maybe buyers are getting control. People that's buying here as price breaking above these highs are all getting stopped out here. Just for the simple fact that this is not a change of character. This is simply just an internal structure of an overall bearish push inside a 1 hour time frame retracement. So again, 1 hour time frame is still bearish. We made a new low here. Very clear explanation. Thank you. We made a new low here, and then we made a lower. Where was I? Oh yeah, price made a lower low, a lower high, a new lower low. Price eventually took out this high, right? As you can see, we have a high, we have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a new higher high. Once we have a new higher high, that will confirm that the buyers are regaining control on this specific time frame. Remember, the 4 hour and the daily is still bearish to me. The 1 hour is bullish in this case, and I don't want to sell against the 1 hour. So in order for me to take my sell trade that I want to take, I have to first wait for the 1 hour to go back into bearish structure alongside the 4 hour and the daily already being bearish, right? So looking at this 1 hour time frame, this is now bullish between this price action here. Now I want to focus on a bullish structure. As you can see, we have a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a bearish fake out. Meaning we had a fake out here where change of character where we have sellers regaining control once again, but this seller pressure easily got faked out and price eventually took out the previous high that created that low, making buyers still in control. Then we have a higher high, higher low, a new higher high. This is my most recent higher low at this time. So I'm like, okay, if price could break below this level, then sellers will regain control in this area. In the meantime, I was also looking at it as if we having a break and retest of this overall bearish rejection. So my first entry was a bit early. My first entry was all the way up here, which is selling here is still counter trend to the 1 hour time frame. So this is a counter trend to 1 hour trade time frame, but it is pro trend to the 4 hour and the daily. So being as though I have the higher time frames, meaning the 4 hour and the daily, letting me know that sellers are still in control. I was okay with selling against the 1 hour because the 1 hour has so much potential to flip bearish. Yes, maybe wondering how do I know the 1 hour has potential to flip bearish? It's because price came down to retest this higher low and tried to have a change of character here. Didn't quite get it, but then started to push back up. Once it started to push back up, I'm like, okay, this is just a 1 hour retracement to an overall 1 hour shift in structure that's about to come. Also, this rejection here lets me know that this was a 4 hour retracement. So if you use my Fibonacci tool, started from the high of the 4 hour time frame push to the low, price was inside a discount or a premium of a 4 hour level. So I was selling off of a 4 hour fib retracement level, 0.50, within a 1 hour bullish trend. So this just let me know that the 4 hour is still bearish. We had a 4 hour premium price, so this is a good price to actually sell at. And the 1 hour has potential to flip bearish as price give me this break and retest, right? So as you can see, we have a clear level of support. As you can see, price came down, created a bullish candle, and closed bullish here. So as I would just wait for price to break back below this area, right? Price broke back below this area. I didn't want to be too aggressive to take this trade too early. So all I did was simply wait for a pullback into this area to confirm that this is a valid level of support, because when you first learn trading with support and resistance, you learn that resistance turns into support and support turns into resistance. They're not just all support is not going to always be support. Resistance is not going to always be resistance. They go hand in hand. So if this was previous support, I'm anticipating that this will become my next level of resistance. So price broke below the support. I was just waiting for price to pull back into this area. Price pull back into this area with this 1 hour rejection wick here, once I see the rejection wick, it confirms that the buyers that's on this 1 hour retracement are dying down, right? Inside the 1 hour is dying down here. This is also a 1 hour fib level inside a 4 hour fib. So as you can see, starting my fib from the start of this bearish push from the high to the low. Again, we are in a premium price of a 1 hour rejection, 1 hour retracement. So not only do I have a 4 hour fib in the same exact area, I have a 1 hour fib that also in the same exact area, all at a premium price. All right, let me know that this is a good area to sell. Then I jump down to the 5-minute time frame for entry. Using the 5 minute for entry, going pro trend to the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily, all being bearish around this time. I just simply waited for the 5 minute to show me structured on this retest. So as prices come back up to retest this area, I want to see all the higher highs and higher lows that's forming as this retest is coming. You see we have a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is my most recent breaking retest. Got it. Yeah, very simple. This is my most recent higher low on a 5 minute time frame that price ended up taking out. Once price took out this higher low, let me know that the 5 minute is now going bearish alongside the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily, all being bearish all at the exact same time. It's all selling inside of premium prices, where I decided to take this sell with a 5 minute closure below. Stop loss above the overall high that took out this low, because it's important to put your stop loss in the area that invalidates the trade idea, right? So if you're overall looking at sells, you should want to put your stop loss in the area that buyers will be considered regaining control. If you're looking at buys, you want to put your stop loss in the area where sellers are regaining control. So in this case, sellers are in control here. Buyers don't regain control until we re-break this high up here. If price decides to pull back and play around in this area, I would consider this just price action doing what it has to do before it makes its overall move, as long as we stay below this high point here. That's why this is my stop loss. And then I look for my first target to be the previous low. Then I have a higher time frame target, which will be as price go to take out this low, and then to take out this low eventually. So really just breaking retest with the same concept, just on every single time frame. Literally just breaking retest on 4 hour, daily, and 1 hour with directional bias. And I'm actively taking this sell right about now, because this is the same exact setup. And I'm gonna do stop loss above this high. We're gonna run it to 20 pips, and then we're gonna have a target of these lows down here for my first target. And let me actually take this trade right now, because this is what I've been waiting for this whole time, just sitting here. GBP, CHF. In this trade that I currently just took right here, it's the same exact concept. My daily is still bearish, as you can see. We bearish below this, as I said before here. 4 hour is bearish as well. We're bearish below this high point here. And my 1 hour is also bearish because we took out these lows here. Now we made a lower high. Simply 1 hour fib from the highest point to the lowest point of overall bearish push. Rejection off of this fib level, or this 0.50 on this fib. This 0.50 also lines up with a previous level of support here that I'm looking to act as resistance. Now that we have this retest, turn on to the 5 minute time frame to look at the structure on this retest. Looking at the 5 minute time frame, we have clear higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Price eventually came down to take out this low with a 5 minute closure below. Let me know that sellers are regaining control. And now that sellers are regaining control, I'm anticipating that sellers will remain in control as long as we stay below this high point here, meaning this is where my stop loss is. But I don't do random stop losses. Instead of having a 14-point stop loss, I will really just do 15. But I really don't want to have a 15-pip stop loss either, because a 15-pip stop loss is still below this level of resistance. So I just round it up to 20 to be a little bit more on the safe side, to have it above the overall level of resistance in case price wants to re-break a high and then go to grab liquidity, right? But this is why I decided to enter this trade, overall being bearish on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and a daily, and I'm looking to target these lows down here overall, but with this previous low right over here being my very first target. Thank you so much. It felt like I have a mentor session. God bless. Yeah, no problem, bro. I'm passionate about teaching people, whether it's trading in general. I always been passionate about teaching stuff and explaining stuff. I got a habit of over explaining and I talk hella fast. So if I said something that was too fast, just let me know and I could definitely re-go over it. But I always had a passion for teaching in general. I used to teach my classmates when I was in high school because I was a lot smarter than everybody else. To easily put it, bruh. I cannot see your X account, Tradaholic. Oh, no, that's not even supposed to be there. I've been meaning to make a Twitter. I just haven't got around to making one yet. So really, that's not even supposed to be there. I mainly trade in the forex space. I trade NAS 100 as well. So from time to time, if the charts looks clean enough, and I trade prop firm and also personal capital. This is a little bit about myself. And all of the pairs here is the pairs that I mainly trade. And if you see any red bookmarks next to the pair, that's because that's the pair. These are the pairs I'm focusing on today. The pairs at the bottom is something that I'm not as confident in, right? I think it's important to trade more than one asset or more than one pair for the simple fact that if you focus on one pair itself, the thing about that is you will end up taking less probable or lower quality setups just because that's the only move of the day. If you diversify your watch list to trade more pairs, you will not you will more so prioritize the quality of the pairs, knowing that other pairs may offer better quality trades or high quality trades, rather than just taking any given setup because that's the potential move of the day, right? I used to just strictly trade gold, but the reason why I stopped strictly trading gold is because I found myself taking lower quality setups, taking unnecessary losses, just because in a ranging market or something that I normally shouldn't be trading, but I was just taking it because that's the move of the day, apparently. So that was creating me unnecessary losses. So instead of doing that, I break down all my pairs here that you can see here and what I'll be waiting for, and then I'll rank them based off of what's highest probability versus what's lowest probability. And it's something that the stuff that I'm not interested in trading at all is stuff that I just put at the bottom. So like this was a trade I took yesterday as well, the same on live during yesterday's London session. Um, but I'm not interested in trading this anymore, so I put it at the bottom. AUD USD, I'm not interested in trading this at all. This daily time frame looks pretty terrible. As you can see, just strictly ranging. I'm not interested in trading that. It looks nasty. NZD USD, same. We're just a big range. I don't want to trade inside of a big range. I like to trade trending markets where I can have big moves rather than just trading within inside of tight range. Looking at Euro JPY, this is what I was looking for, but this setup looks similar to GBP JPY, so I just put this at the bottom, and I'd rather trade GJ instead. On USD JPY, potential buys in this area, but I have other better setups than that. So I break down all my pairs and I rank them from what's highest probability versus what's lowest probability, and I only focus on the one that's higher probability. I want to take this EU sell as well, but I'm already in GBP CHF. This EU sell is risky, but this EU sell looks a lot better than CHF, to be honest. What about NQ and ES? No, not NQ and ES. Just NAS 100. I'll trade NAS 100. I don't trade NQ and ES. I'll look at them if like you want me to look at them and do like a breakdown to get my input on those pairs. But other than that, I don't really trade them. But I'm gonna take this EU sell as well. I'm gonna take two of them at the same time. Fuck it. when and a lot. I'm big on risk management, so I'm really strict on my risk management and how many trades I take per day. Normally, I take 1 to 2 trades per day. Sometimes I would take 3, depending on how good the setup is. Um, and I have a maximum loss. Wait, hold on. Let me stop talking and take this trade before I miss my entry. It's about 30 pips on the stop loss. Okay. Now I'm big on risk management because I think risk management keeps you in trading for the long game. Because if you just blowing accounts, you're gonna keep running out of money and blowing money, and it's better to have an account with proper risk management while losing than to blow an account trying to make money, right? At least you have an account to trade with. I could chart Bitcoin. Give me a second. So with my risk management plan, I risk 1% per trade. If it's a risky counter trend trade, I'll scale down my risk. I don't take counter trend trades until I'm already up in profit on the week. So if I start the Monday, Tuesday off, and like come Monday, Tuesday, I'm not taking no counter trend trades or pro trend trades, right? If I take trades Monday and Tuesday and I'm up a good 3-4% to start the week, and come Wednesday, then I'll risk some of the money that I already made from that Monday and Tuesday inside those counter trend trades, which is scaled down risk. But I don't take counter trend trades because they're less profitable unless I have breathing room with me being already in profit on the week. Then I have a three loss method, right? At any given moment, I take 3 losses. It doesn't have to be back to back to back. It could be just 3 losses within the same week. I'm done trading for the week. It don't matter when those 3 losses happen. If they do happen back to back, like say market opens on a Monday and I take 3 trades that Monday and I lose all 3 of them, I won't trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, just to cap myself out at a maximum 3 loss percentage a week on a weekly basis. That way I have my accounts for more longevity. Say I win Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday come, I take 2 losses. I win say I win Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday come, I take okay, let me start over. Say I win Monday, I lose Tuesday, I win Wednesday, I take 2 losses Thursday. I won't trade a Friday because I took 3 losses within that week. Right? So any given, no matter when the losses occur, if I take 3 losses within the week, I'll stop trading for the rest of the week. No matter how much in profit I'm up, I could be up 7% and take 3 losses and lose 3%, still be up 4% on the week. I will still be done and just walk away that week with that 4% profit. And then I'll go into the next week. With that risk management plan, it protects my account from having big drawdown weeks or just blowing accounts too fast. And you said Bitcoin. Yeah, I'll get in Bitcoin in a second. Let me just rearrange my pairs a little bit. We're going to put Euro GBP, Euro USD, GBP CHF as my top 2 because those are the 2 trades I'm actively in. And I don't really want to look at GJ or gold anymore because I'm already in 2 pairs, so I'm not going to even trade those. So we're just going to focus on these. Now you want to see Bitcoin, BTC USD. Bitcoin is overall bearish on a daily time frame. Not overall bearish, but they're bearish on a daily time frame. Reason being, as we have a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. Price coming down. Look out if it wants to take out this low. So I want to say bearish, because of this change of character here. So bearish as long as we stay below this high and this low. So we overall in the ranging, we overall inside this range, but it is overall bearish. Looking on a 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame is where we went bullish here. We have a higher high, a higher low, so we're still bullish. This should be a nice fib level from the highest point to the lowest point. So we're rejecting off of this in between this 0.50 and this 0.70 on this fib retracement. So we could have some potential buys in this area. Look like we already rejected here, but creating some equal lows. Still buyers are still in control within this area. On the 4-hour time frame, now we go to the 1-hour time frame. But on the 1-hour time frame is where the 1 hour is not bullish. The 1 hour is now bearish. We were We're bullish. We have higher high, higher low, higher high. This pushed down, took out this low, where we went bearish, and then we also took out this low as well, where we're also remaining bearish. Now looking at the bearish structure, we have a lower low, lower high, new lower low. This pullback that's happening right now is just a pullback of overall bearish structure on the 1 hour time frame. So I wouldn't want to buy Bitcoin until price breaks back above this 107,804 area, just for the simple fact that this was the start of a bearish push, and this is where buyers regain control. So my chart will look something like this. As far as selling, I wouldn't want to sell until the 4 hour shift bearish. It's not quite bearish yet. 4 hour doesn't shift bearish until we break below this level. So I'll strictly be looking for buys until price come all the way down here, which is a long way from price. That's the pro trend buys. You could have some counter trend buys. I mean, not buys, sells. So we could have some counter trend sells and trade counter trend to the 4 hour time frame being bullish, anticipating that the 4 hour time frame does shift bearish below this area. So whenever you see a dotted line on my chart like this, just let me know that this is sellers below this area, but just because it's dotted, it lets me know that this is more so counter trend and not pro trend. So this is the area that I will scale down risk if I was to take this sell. That's how I think about Bitcoin. Buys above this 207,600 area, counter trend sells below 103,000, and pro trend sells below 100,371. You're very disciplined with your risk management strategy. Yeah, it's important to be disciplined with risk management, because I'd rather be disciplined with risk management and not take a trade and be able to take a trade the following week than to blow my account on a Friday and then come Monday I have no account to trade. Like, even if I'm missing potential setups, like at least I still have an account to trade coming up to the next week. UJ definitely going to those highs with the accumulation it's having with golf and things of that nature. UJ going to the highs. Let's look at UJ. Yeah, I like buys in this UJ area. This is the idea that I was looking at. My buy entry would have been break and retest. So we already had to break this to retest on the 1 hour time frame. 5 minute time frame, we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. I break above I already put this line here. The black line this was what the black line was for. This was my potential buy entry. Buying here. Stop loss below the low, being 23 pips. I don't do random stop losses. If my stop loss is 23 pips, I would just round this to 25, because 23 is a weird number. Just something that, I don't know, I just do that. Then I'll look to target these highs all the way up here for about a 1 to 1.5 risk reward. For my first target, and then having a further target at these highs all the way up here. That if price breaks above this area, we can look to target here. Then we can have a potential scaling as well, as price give us a new break and retest in this area to scale in the trade. I like this trade idea. I'm not in that, but I'm gonna leave that up there just to see how it plays out at the end. And here, this is my first target, being this previous low on EU. Then I have a further target, which would be these lows right over here. And I am also in GBP/CHF, currently sitting in a little bit of drawdown. Got lost above this high over here. My first target would be this low here, with another target down here. I'm thirsty real quick. Let me go get a bottle of water. The reason why I said EU looks better than GBP CHF is because on GBP, wait, slow down. On EU, even though this is counter trend, right? But the reason why EU looks better is because this 1 hour candle, current 1 hour candle, already flipped bearish and broke the previous 1 hour low, giving me this 1 hour bearish engulfing in the next 15 minutes as this 1 hour candle closes. Bearish engulfing, signaling reversal, so a reversal of this bullish push to a new bearish push. So that's what makes this a lot better because we already got the 1 hour bearish engulfing. If this candle can close like this in the next 15 minutes, versus GBP CHF, where this is not a bearish candle, this is still a bullish candle. Even though when I entered it was bearish, this is still a bullish candle, but no engulfing candle. And looking on the 4 hour time frame, this is also a 4 hour bullish candle as well. So I'm selling this 4 hour bullish candle, and I'm selling this 1 hour bullish candle, but I'm anticipating that price could hold and then eventually flip bearish and break this low. And this, as looking on the 4 hour as well, as you can see, we have a nice bullish push on the 4 hour candle, and it eventually flipped bearish and it broke its own low. I'm anticipating that it can continue to drop down as the 4 hour candle closed bearish with a big rejection wick to the upside. That's why this looks better, because we already have the rejection wick rejecting these wicks over here and rejecting this overall wick right here. Versus this, still have some room to pull back, so I might be a little early here, but I'm anticipating that these wicks right here could get rejected on this 4 hour chart. And on the 1 hour chart, I mean, we are inside a discount, not a discount, a premium on a fib. So we already tapped into the 0.50 area, and we already have our 5-minute structure shift, being as though we have our change of character right here. So not mad at the trade, still within my rules parameters, but just EU just looks a little bit more cleaner just because we already have that 1 hour bearish engulfing. But I am active in both of these trades. I'm gonna sit here for about another 15 more minutes and wait for this hourly candle to close. After this hourly candle close, I'm gonna get off of here and watch some TV while these trades run. I don't like to sit and monitor I don't like to sit and look at my trades while I'm in them, or while they're going through drawdown, or while they're floating in profit. Only because I will start to micromanage my trade too much. The more I sit here, the more I want to click shit, just because I'm in here and I want to feel productive. So I start clicking shit. And if I start clicking shit, I will start doing shit like, trailing stop loss, or I'll start doing shit like taking partials too early, or just little nuisance shit. Or I'll probably see a setup that I like and end up taking something extra when I already told myself I wasn't going to take nothing extra. So to avoid having that kind of fighting myself with that psychology or whatever, I just walk away and just come back whenever it hits TP or stop loss. So that's what I want to do. I'm wait till this hourly candle close and see where the trades are at, and then I'm gonna walk away and let them do what they will do. Lay down and watch some TV. Then I might be back live streaming during the York session as well, because during the York session is when my trader friends trade, and I will be in the call with them. So I'll probably hop on live during the York session as well. Not to trade, but just to chill and vibe out and mark up some charts. Ethereum is busting right now. Can you chart it also before we end? Yeah, I can chart Ethereum as well. Okay, Ethereum looks disgusting. Ethereum looks disgusting. We're overall bullish. We have a higher high here. This high took out all of these highs to the left hand side. Left back this higher low. We are bullish as long as we stay above this high and below this high. Well, above this, below this high and above this low. So we're just overall inside this range. On the daily time frame, we're bullish. So that's that. Good on the 4 hour time frame though. We are still bullish. It looks disgusting, but it's still bullish with this same high and this same low. Again, we have an aggressive push up. This is a retracement. This looked very similar to Bitcoin actually. With these equal lows and a potential lower high here. 4 hour time frame bullish as well. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, this is where we get into some detail. 1 hour time frame is bearish. We have higher highs and higher lows here. Price took out this high low where we went bearish. Looking at this bear structure, we have a lower low, lower high, lower low. So now we're just sitting at a fib level, which is also lines up with this previous low to the left hand side on this 1 hour time frame. So I wouldn't want to buy Ethereum until price breaks above this 2620 area for potential buys. These are be pro trend. This will be pro trend to the 4 hour and the daily already being bullish. And as far as counter trend sells, you can take some counter trend sells right here. We'll think with confirmation because this is a bearish fib on the 1 hour time frame. So this will be pro trend to the 1 hour, just counter trend to the daily, 4 hour and the daily. But that's why I say counter trend overall. But it will be pro trend to the overall 1 hour time frame for like a scalp. So this would be a risky trade to me. Selling at this area or selling at this area will be risky as well, as price re-break this low for this break and retest. And as far as clean sells, I wouldn't want to take sells that will be clean until price clears this 2390 area. So 2390, this is where the clean sells are at. Sells where price is currently at, those are risky sells. That doesn't mean they can't play out, right? Risky sells could always play out. Just manage risk accordingly, knowing that it's more of a riskier position. Means those counter trends to the higher time frames, but pro trends to the lower time frame. I'm more of an intraday trader, not really a scalper. I hold trades from 1 to 4 hours, depending on how long, depending on how much potential the trade may have. I may hold a trade for a full day. If I'm floating like at a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 risk to reward, then I would just continue holding. But I'm more of an intraday space. So as a scalper, these sells are definitely good sells for the scalpers. But as far as the way I trade, I wouldn't want to buy until 2640 or sell below 2380. Monthly dividend stock, Norwegian stock, good dividend, love volatility, 2020 brokers, good monthly with bonus sometimes, but I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Anybody in the chat want to join my free Discord? Feel free to join the free Discord. The link is down in the description. In the Discord, I send that announcement when I am actively going live, and I also send trade breakdowns and trade ideas before I enter and trade. So say hypothetically speaking, you may see a chart like this come into the Discord where I have an arrow like this where I look to buy below above this area, or I may have a sell area below this area, just to let you know that this is where I want to buy it, this is where I want to sell at. And I'll send like trade ideas like that throughout the Discord inside the Tradaholic breakdown section. There are multiple sections inside the Discord. It is free to join, costs you nothing. Feel free to join. There we go. This will be the free Discord right over here. We had an announcement section where I send the link to the live. Also have a general chat room for traders to just chat if you want to just chat. We have trading ideas, so if you have an idea or trade breakdown that you want to just send and ask for feedback from me or other traders that's inside the Discord, just send it right over here. Just ping me at Tradaholic and I will just give you my thoughts on it. If you got any questions, it could be basic questions, it could be intermediate questions, it could be advanced questions, comment them here. Remember, probably you want to post some of your profits or whatever from a trade that you took that I call, or a trade that you took your personal, screenshot, put them in here. Video suggestions, like if you have a video idea that you want to see or something that you want me to explain in detail, whatever, as far as YouTube video, comment them there, and I will be open to making videos. If you want to just share your desk setup or your workspace or your office space, whatever it may be, that's what that is set up for. You want to have a face reveal, there you go here. Cars, your dream car, your car you drive now, mods, anything like that, I'm a car guy, post them here. Trading memes, crypto talk, and then occasionally I'll hop in a VC and just do some trades here. Those are all where everybody can interact. Now, me personally, this is where I send my free signals, where I show you my entry, stop loss, TP, TP1, TP2, etc. This is where I do my breakdowns from previous trades I took, current trades I'm in, and this is where I see like what am I looking for. In this case, I'm looking for buys at this area, buys at this area, so below this area on this NZDUSD. EJ, gold, so on and so forth. Sometimes I may send them like this. etc. Oh, dude, this trade was a fucking banger. I got triggered on these buys right over here. Boom! Look at this fucking banger. But yeah, feel free to join the free Discord. Link in the description, bro. Ungroup. So I was here for about 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes for this hourly cap to close, and then that's that. I'm a crypto trader. Your Discord members are all Forex traders. No. Futures. There's somebody in there named Futures. What was the name? I forgot, bro. Oh, Future Ninja. He trade crypto as well. And he trade a lot of futures. There's also a section in there for crypto talk. I think there's a crypto talk tab as well. If you want to talk crypto with whoever trades crypto, it's in there. But I'm not sure what everybody trading there. I don't trade crypto, but I do buy hold crypto long term. Like I've been holding XRP since it was at 0.70. I also bought again at 1.21. Also bought again at 2.22. And I am waiting for XRP to do another nice dip. When the fuck did I clear my XRP? Oh no, it's not on this trading view. It's on my other trading view account. That's why. Well, I said, when the fuck did I clear my XRP chart? We almost at 800 subs, bro. Let's go. 5 away from 800. Let's go. I'm gonna go live again during New York session though. Around like 8:30 ish. I'm gonna go live again. Just to see where this trade is at, and chill on the VC with some of my other trading friends, and do some chart markups. Not necessarily gonna trade though. I wish I could play music on YouTube like the good old days, bro. Now I just keep copywriting. or this hourly candle close. I see how it's a trash closure on GBP I don't like this closure. I was hoping we close bearish in profit, but whatever. On EU, this is a nice bearish closure though. Bearish engulfing previous 1 hour candle. So EU looking more promising to GBP right now, but that doesn't mean they both can't play out or the roles can't reverse. It's your boy Tradaholic, and I'm gonna end it here, chat. Peace. Catch y'all in the New York session, bro. We'll be live again during the New York session at 8:30, 9 o'clock. If you enjoyed the stream, bro, make sure to leave a like. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, bro. We almost at 800 subs, and I'm out here. Peace.